Hi guys, and welcome to the next episode. I keep on saying that, it's not an episode. The next video, I'm so used to saying episode with the games. The next video from myself, Slim Nasty. It says 2013 down below, but that's when it all started, basically 2013. But I'm going to show you the next product that I've bought, or the next part of my PC, should I say. What are we going to go for next? I think before we open the big thing, or the big two things, should we open the cooler? That's a huge undertaking. Or shall we do that? I think we do the small thing first. We'll do this. We have got an Intel Core i7 processor. It is, so you can see down there, 4790K on an LGA 1150 board. Right. I am going to work the puzzle of where the unlock comes from with my trusted Stanley knife. I'm going to undo the seals of eternity. There's two seals I've got to open in order to get this thing out. Da, 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 da. Can I get an oh yeah? Oh yeah. This is the brains of the thing. Now the majority of this in the unboxing is pretty useless. My Novatech didn't have an OEM version. Oh, on the book is a sticker. We got another sticker. Oh yeah, we're gonna have loads of stickers on this case. They've also, now come on, seriously, do you need to put a security seal on a friggin' manual? That's just gonna rip the paper. That's a stupid idea. Intel, what are you doing? There we go. Manual. That's just horrible having that on there. Will it even come off without tearing it? I hope so. It will come off. It's not sticky stuff that rips the paper apart, but I don't like it all the same. I think that's a stupid idea putting that on there, Intel, but never mind. Apart from that, you make good products. Yeah, right, there's your manual. I don't know why it needs to be that big, but it does. Tells you all sorts of things on how to install it and stuff. Here you go. It's got lovely diagrams. Ta-da. Version A, version B. Version A. All sorts of it. Ta-da. I'm probably going to have to read. No, I'm not going to have to read this. I've installed so many CPUs and watched so many YouTube videos on it. I'm pretty sure I can fit it. The one thing in this box that I won't be fitting is that. So this is why I wanted to show you this first. So in here, see if I can open it, is I have got another one of these kicking around in a box somewhere. The CPU cooler. Now I wanted to show you that because when we do the next unboxing, I'm going to keep that out and say, look at that, what Intel thinks cools their CPU, and look at what Be Quiet thinks that it should cool your PC. We're going to have a look at those. The most important bit, which incidentally just slides out, I never knew that, I thought you had to take the box apart, is this little chunk of silicon. But oh, it's like super great. It says on there, Intel i7 4790K. This is the best one they've ever made, and will overclock faster than anything that as everybody else has overclocked. No, it doesn't say that at all. 46. That's it. That is the brain. It's quite heavy actually. I'm surprised at that. That's it, guys, because it's like you can't really show more than that because that's all it is. It just fits back in the packaging like that. It just comes in a little sealed plastic thing, almost like a little SD card for your camera. And it just slots in there. Okay, not the best packaging, I have to say, just a bit of cardboard, no foam or anything, but don't really need it because you're never going to use that bit anyway. But yeah, that's it. Now this baby, it's a 4-core. Couldn't afford the 8-core. They're ludicrously expensive. It is an 1150 socket. You might have noticed that in my videos that I've been putting up today. That we haven't gone for an X99 build purely because I can't afford it. That's the main reason. So I've customised it back to an 1150 build. Nothing wrong with that. It will do 4 gigahertz, this processor, all day long at the stock base clock speed. Overclocking, don't know where we're going to get with that. I probably won't overclock it for a little while, because everything I do runs on an overclocked 3.2 gigahertz i5, with the exception of a couple of things that get close to hot on it, or close to warm, should I say, not hot. But they, Project Cars is a good example. Project Cars maxes out my CPU. It was 100% at one point, but they fixed the drivers for it, and Nvidia fixed the drivers, and it runs a lot better now, Project Cars. If I've got one of these in there, it'll run even better. And possibly, I might be able to record some Project Cars. I don't know if I'm going to record any Project Cars, because it hasn't met to my expectations, to be honest, as I thought it'd do. Went and bought the Crew the other day, which is a lot cheaper, and I'm having a lot more fun in it, to be fair. So I may do some of the Crew, which don't use anywhere near the amount of horsepower as Project Cars, and it still looks fantastic and is enjoyable. Arc is another one. Should benefit from this. Should be able to up my graphic settings, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Having more CPU power when encoding these videos is good. Takes a bit of stress. I mean, I encode using the video card anyway. I'll do a bit of a I wouldn't say not a normal way, because other people do it. It's in there, but I use the encoding hardware on my graphics card than going out and buying an encoding card, which is sort of pretty much limited to the latest sort of 7 series onwards cards for Nvidia. So the big plus point, it takes the load off of here. My webcam that you can see me on has built-in encoding. It takes the load off the CPU, so it all helps. Whilst I was running it on my i5, it'll make even more of a difference now, because I'm running on a more powerful CPU. It will free up more cycles. More importantly, this is a jump from 4 threads on the i5, which runs at I'll give you the base clocks in a minute, but it runs 4 threads on a stock i5. It runs 8 threads on here, so we got twice as many threads on this core, this 4-core CPU. They're both 4 cores, but this has got twice as many threads. Should make it a way more efficient processor. What will help is the fact that my current i5, which is a Gen 1 i5, Series 1, oh yeah, it is. It's really old. It's gathering dust. It's not gathering dust, it's getting used every day. That basically has a standard clock speed of 2.67. This is 4 gigahertz. Now, I've overclocked my i5 because I needed to get more power out of it to 3.22, I think it is. 3,222 megahertz, I think it is. It's still 800 megahertz per core, slower than this thing at standard clock speed, which is quite a lot. It's not bad. We're going to be jumping 3.2 gigahertz. Basically, it's like having a 5-core i5 that's overclocked from my current system, and that's without overclocking it. So it's almost like I've added an extra core, which is going to be sweet. So it's going to be interesting to see what performance boost I'll get on this. Intel, I love Intels. I've gone AMD before. I've gone from, if you guys don't know my history on PCs, but obviously you know the i5. I've gone to an i7 because I like the i5. I understand its technology. I understand how it works and things like that. Prior to that, I had an AMD 6000, which was a dual core. Can't remember how many gigahertz, 2, 3, something like that. But it was a dual core, so I had a big boost from that to the i5. Nothing wrong with AMD, guys. I'm not an Nvidia stroke Intel fanboy, but I slightly prefer them for various reasons, which I'm not going to go into. If you want to know those reasons, you can ask me in the comments and I'll reply honestly. So guys, that's it from me for this. So if you've liked this and the fact that we've got a super... This is the whole reason for building a new PC. That was the weakest point in my old PC, was the CPU. We're getting to the bit where I'm going to turn around and say, now I've got a new weak point, which is the graphics card, but I'll worry about that another day, because it runs everything I need to run, so I don't need to replace it as of yet. The CPU was maxing out on a few things, so I had to get a replacement, which meant building a new PC, because the socket on it is defunct now. You can't get those processors to fit the socket that I've got in my old PC, so I had to replace the motherboard, which we're doing an unboxing of that later. Guys, if you've liked the video, hit the like button. Feel free to comment down below. Let's not go AMD Intel fanboy. Oh yeah, I don't want any of that crap in my channel. If you like AMD for whatever reason, you can put it down in the comments. If you like Intel for whatever reason, just don't ever go at the other guy because he's different than you. Everybody's different. Let's all be friends. Let's be a good community. But guys, I'll put the links to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and donations all in the description of the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you buy an Intel i7. That's all I have to say. No, I'm kidding. You can buy an AMD if you want. I'm not an Intel fanboy, I promise you guys. That's it from me today though, guys. So until the next time, it's goodbye from me for a little while. Bye bye.